What if every time you made a food purchase, you could make a positive difference to your health and that of your children? Every dollar spent at a supermarket purchasing imported food is $1 used in destroying ourselves. While that may sound harsh, the truth is all imported food contains chemicals, man-made chemicals that are dangerous, whereas every item of food grown in your own backyard in St. Vincent and the Grenadines becomes a symbol of true independence, freedom, and quality nutrition. Much of the food we find at today's supermarkets is highly processed and contains numerous questionable additives.
Our goods are 95% imported and 5% are local.
These substances are used to change the way food tastes and looks, altering the color and texture, and, more so now, the DNA structure. That is very dangerous and detrimental to our health. In fact, recent studies suggest a link between processed meats like bacon and sausages and an increased risk for cancer and type 2 diabetes. What can you do to change this? We'd like to show you. So we're in Vermont and I'm following Vonnie to Mr. Guy's place. So Vonnie is leading us to Mr. Guy, and I believe this is
the Great War.
I believe this is he.
King was much interested of those British prisoners of war who managed to escape from Germany. Here is a story of Private R. Woodcock, 4th Royal West Kent Regiment, as he told it to the King of Windsor in the year May 1960. It was at New Chapel that I had been made prisoner. I had gone back to fetch a fellow who had been wounded when I found myself cut off by the Germans. There was nothing else for it but to surrender. The Germans pushed me against the wall and made signs to Louis to dig my own grave. I should have been shot if a German officer had not hurried up to my rescue. At the beginning of November 1914, I found myself in prison. Here I remained for 17 long dreary months. It seems almost hopeless to attempt to escape, but where there's a will, there's a way. Our beds were in tiers on the top of each other in a brick building with a tin wall. Somebody managed to get possession of tools, and we set to work to make a manhole in the wall. Only one man could walk at a time, and he had to lie full length under the lowest of the beds while he chipped away at the wall. Every 5 minutes when the German sentry comes in, we had to cease work. The rest of us chatted as if nothing was going on. When he went out, we resumed work. We hid the displaced brick in our mattresses and had to try to sleep upon them. After 2 weeks hard work, the hole was big enough for us to crawl through. Roll call was at 8:30 in the evening, and 1 hour later we have the last brick out of the wall. Then one of our fellows wormed his way through, and in came the sentry. When he went out, another of our fellows slipped through the hole until 8 of us were in an office on the other side. I found a window which I forced, and before long we were all outside the prison. Then we split it up into 2 parties, one of 3, the other of 5, and away we went. I belonged to the party of 5. The other party, as I afterwards learned, made a shortcut for the frontier, but fell into the hands of the Germans about a mile outside the prison. We took a roundabout route, crawled through barbed wire, swam rivers, dashed through private estate, fell, got up again, and were off once more. It was the middle of March and a great blizzard was blowing, nearly frozen to death. So we have to return to a barn and rest it for 12 hours in its loft. There we ate the food which we had brought with us from the prison. Next morning, we made a desperate dash for the frontier, but fell into the hands of the Germans, who seized us and brought us back to prison to be tried by court-martial for attempting to escape.
Great story.
Yeah, so we're going to take out the coconut from the shell now. Yeah, here's it. I'm going to grate my coconut now. Over there, my helper, extracting the juice from the coconut. The oil will be extracted from that and that part. And then this meal now, see, it will be dried and producing coconut. You can be making a bake, a cake, could be made into sugar cake, because reason of it, half of the juice still remain in this. So it's not entirely washed out. If it's entirely washed out, then it's only good for animals. But I am a man who tries to save everything I can. This will dry now and it could be packaged.
You put that in bakes and cakes, don't you?
So you can package this and sell it as an individual.
Yes, as a product.
An individual product. Excellent. So as I understand it, there's several products that you can make from the coconut.
Exactly.
You can make coconut oil. You can use this coconut milk itself. You can pour this in your other beverages if you wish. You can use it as you would use cow's milk. You can use the hushi in cakes. You can. That's lovely. So that is an extremely rich mixture there. It is totally organic or totally natural. No preservatives, nothing man-made. It is from the coconut, squeezed out of the coconut, and we can ingest it in any way we choose. So you're choosing to do this to make oil. Now what are you going to do with the coconut oil, Mr. Guy?
Well, it could be marketed if I can supply an amount, but I really just do it for in a small way for our own use. No, it takes a long time. And the reason of it, the morning was very cold, so I had to add a little hot water to get the oil melted. Otherwise, more would have leaked in the hush, more than the oil.